I have
It's
started
like streaming cocktease.
I have started recording properly. There.
Streaming cocktease.
Oh, actually, before we do anything else, I want you guys to tell me something. Do you know what the fuck these kind of hit screwdriver bits are for? Hang on, I'll try and get a. Come on, focus.
With this picture quality, they're barely recognisable. There we go.
Is there a correct answer? You know.
I don't know the answer.
Question, right?
No.
Oh.
Are they for sex?
Possibly.
It's been a while, so I can't remember.
And then there's these as well.
Yeah, I've seen I've not seen the screwy end ones, but I've seen the ones with the two.
I've seen
prongs.
screwy end ones that go the other way. Because that's for like threading
two...
something that's unthreaded. I wonder if maybe it is that.
Right, yeah,
if that's maybe that's the right way.
But the two prongy ones, I've got no idea what they're for.
Also, there's meant to be 5 of one and 5 of the other, but I've got 7 of one and 3 of the other. So, but that's cheap sets. But I got one of those nice peanut. Right, okay.
One of those nice peanut.
One of those nice little.
I love nice peanuts.
I just wanted I wanted a better set than I had. A bigger set. It's
quite fancy.
It's got that, and then it's got.
I've got a little one.
Yeah, I've got a littler one, and I just wanted a bigger one, so I've got the bigger one. So it's got more bits. Because I was missing a few for some Apple stuff and for some Nintendo stuff, and of course.
Because they have the. Is it hexagonal ones or something?
Yeah, well, I've got a lot of that stuff already, but the size, I didn't have the size I needed. So
proprietary screws can fuck off.
Yeah, a lot of them.
That's
Apple and Nintendo are the 2 worst offenders for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the flathead. That's my favourite.
I hate flatheads.
I love flatheads.
Low torque,
simple,
slippy.
You can use a knife though. If you can't find your screwdriver, you just got a knife.
You know where you
around.
stand with a flathead. You just get a good
push. You can just.
I do like
anything
I like
straight.
a Torx, the 6-pointed one. I do like a Torx. They get really good.
I mean, they give you a lot of stability. Yeah.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever used them. I've only used the crosshead, the Phillips head, and the flathead.
So posi drive, Phillips, and flat. Yeah,
that's the one. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Well, and Allen keys if they count.
Yeah, well, that's a hex screwdriver, so yeah, it counts.
Yeah,
they count.
But I don't like. I don't
have any of those square ones. No, I've got some square ones in some one set or another, but I don't have any of those 4 squares ones. No, they're wacky. And I've got some
4 squares.
It's like 4 squares arranged in a sort of. Well, it's almost a swastika. It doesn't look like one once you see it all together.
And they use those on Teslas. So
that's what they use on Teslas. Yeah, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
I use lots of bit because I do a lot of like little fiddly electronics and repairing consoles and computers, and it's more modern stuff that's got the weirder stuff. Though most of the older stuff tends to have.
I do feel like screws was a solved problem.
Yeah,
we don't need innovation in the.
Well, there is some stuff. There are some specialist where some of them make sense because of the amount of torque and angles and stuff that actually matter. You think they don't, but they do. But most of it is just to stop people from repairing their own stuff. Yeah.
Just use either of the crosshead ones.
Fine. That's it. They just want people not to repair their own stuff. They want you to go to the Apple store and pay the extortionate amount of money.
Is there a reason?
Or dodgy people that make shitty stuff that's really expensive don't want you looking inside, as I've discovered recently with a £25,000 amplifier that somebody repaired, and they opened it up and it looks like somebody's fucking high school electronics project on the inside, circuitry and all, some good quality components and things in it, but. Fuck me, it's definitely not worth the amount of money they were charging for it. But people that don't know things will pay silly amounts of money for like pro audio gear and stuff. It's like, jeez. Anyway,
but with the Allen keys, right? Do you not? Then aren't they really just susceptible to shearing and rounding off?
The metal would have to be very soft for that, I think.
Yeah, I find they are though. That like you get IKEA and all that. Like cheap shit. Yeah, but they only want you to do it once. They don't want you to remove it and build it somewhere else or to move the furniture or whatever. I mean, I've got a nice bit of furniture through there. That's like a multiple 2 small drawers and 3 big drawers and like a little short wardrobe at one side, and I know when I try to move that, it's just going to fall apart. Even though I built it myself, and I know it's nice and stable for me, it's not going to.
Could you not reinforce it? I've reinforced bits of cheap furniture before with some.
Yeah,
success.
you could, yeah, to some extent.
The bookshelf behind me is actually leaning against the wall, and if I move anything near the bottom of it, it just falls over. So I essentially can't touch it. It's just a death trap.
Excellent.
On a tangent though, Hamish, why are you wearing a T-shirt advertising a phylum?
Very good. Very good.
I don't get that. A phylum,
or is it a family? I
don't think it's any of those really.
No, I don't know what fish are.
It's fish.
No, I think technically there's no such thing as a fish. It does have a big streak of toothpaste or something down it. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, toothpaste.
Oh, I'm terrible for getting toothpaste on T-shirts.
Yeah,
because it's the electric brushes. It's just like you open your mouth and a little bit.
Fish is a singer who I went to. Well, this T-shirt's actually from a few years ago, but I went to see Fish last week. Now, yeah, last week. Well, a week ago Wednesday.
You're a shit agoraphobe.
I know. I've been out like 5 times in the past 2 weeks. And I was out last night and the night before performing on stage.
Oh wow!
Nice.
Although, well, I never watches these, but the person who was with me and giving me a lift is a fucking terrible timekeeper, and we were like, we left about an hour and 20 minutes after I wanted to, and we were about an hour late getting there.
I mean, I find it ironic that it's you saying this when you were the one late to this recording.
Oh no, but. It'd be fine, but the problem with that is I'm the kind of person, if it says 7:30, I like to be there between about 7:15 and 7:30 and settle in. I don't like turning up at the last minute and then being expected to just do stuff and think, I fucking hate that.
I'm the kind of person you hate. If you say to me 7:30, that means anywhere between 7 and 9.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. That's why we have
See, I kind of like showing up exactly on time, and that way you don't have to mill around with like awkward small talk conversations. But you know,
anyway,
you're just in there and you go.
No,
timekeeping is
a couple of hours late is fine.
Yeah.
There you go. The three life philosophies.
Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah. Also, I think I spoke to you about this. I can't remember if it was on one of these shows I mentioned or if it was just in general. But did I talk to you about Peanut chewing up mail?
Yes.
I think that might have actually been the last show we did. Yeah. Well, I've got one of those things that goes behind the door. It's meant to catch it. And it's successful, but it's not very effective. And no, that's not the right. It's I'm trying to think of how to say this. What it is, it's a soft one, because if I got one of those metal ones, he would just claw the fuck out of it and it would be pulled out the door. So I thought, well, I'll get one of those flat ones that when you push the mail in, it sort of goes into a little pouch at the bottom. So it's it's just a flap that you un-velcro. But the problem is it doesn't expand. So it just sits at the bottom. So it's meant to be an expanding bag, but the sides parts are just folded in. So I'm going to try and unfold them because it doesn't, anything big's going to fall at the sides or whatever, or he's going to knock it and it's going to come at the sides. So I need to experiment with it. But unchewed mail today was the bonus.
Hey!
So, it worked in that respect.
So you could chew it yourself.
It always shocks me when like Danny's on video or something. In America, they actually have those mailboxes at the end of their driveways on a pole.
Yeah,
that's real. That's not just a thing from films and stuff. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it makes sense for stuff like that, so your dog doesn't chew things.
Well, it makes sense for these huge, bloody sprawling houses they've got with a driveway and a,
Yeah, for that, yeah.
If you see like a big house in Britain with like gates or whatever, you'll see the post boxes actually at the gate.
That's fine. Yeah. If you got like a mile-long driveway, then yeah, that makes sense. But yeah.
I've seen big houses with both, like ones where they got like a pillar by the gate.
Yeah.
And then, but sometimes,
But they even do it on American housing estates that have just got a few meters of garden in front of their house, and it's just like, well, couldn't they just let them walk the extra few meters and put it in your door?
Or even better, just have a postman's highway where you just have a path that goes directly from door to door to door to door.
Yeah, underground maybe. And then a little hole in your floor, and you put it up like that. Yeah,
pneumatic tubes. Yeah.
or some sort of
those
maybe
old
like
air
electrical.
pressure
That's the
tubes.
pneumatic tubes, yeah.
Yeah, they would be great.
Yeah.
Why don't we
Sort of
still use those?
Well, they do in some places. They use them in casinos and places. Use them
Yeah, that makes
to
sense.
take money off the
chips or something,
tables.
right?
You know, no, for cash money.
Oh,
Cash money.
Cash money gets.
what an odd bit of trivia you have there, Hamish.
I mean, it
love
makes
it.
sense for security.
Yeah.
We actually, I mean, when I worked in a petrol station.
They
It wasn't
use
that,
this,
but
they're similar thing. Supermarkets still use them actually. Supermarkets
We had
still use.
little cylindrical canisters we
Yeah.
were supposed to put the cash into, and then you do a safe drop. You just drop it through a hole in the floor, so the employee can't get at the safe. Obviously,
Yeah.
I think we were supposed to do that when there was like 30 grand in the till, and often there'd be like twice that for me.
You just couldn't be arsed.
Yeah, if somebody robbed us, they'd be set up for life.
Yeah, but no, they do it. Some supermarkets still do it. Yeah, if you look at some supermarkets, you see there's a pole, and I mean it's probably a drop rather than a pneumatic system, but it is similar idea. They put things in a canister. Yeah, pay attention next time you're in a supermarket.
I will do.
Some of the sorry, Drew. Yeah, I mean to be fair, I don't often go into them, but I have done lately. Just because
Last time I was in one was probably 1999.
Anyway,
Also, Prince provably an idiot because the Millennium was shit.
well, also it wasn't in 2000.
2000.
Everybody had
those-
parties in
also
2000.
yeah.
No, I'm not one of those. I can fucking count. There's a difference between one of those and being able to fucking count.
I agree with you. I agree the Millennium was in 2001. But for me, it's kind of like, Christmas isn't actually on Jesus' birthday. It's fine.
Yeah. Let them do whatever they want. Yeah.
Was there ever because there wasn't a year zero, right?
Well, no, because it's all bullshit made up based on a story anyway. So,
I mean, there was...
and even that's inaccurate. Even if you look back at the origins of the story, it's inaccurate. Both the day and the year. So it's all bullshit made up anyway. But yeah, there's no year zero in the system.
If we looking backwards, there is a year zero.
No, there isn't.
I mean, they didn't have a year zero at the time, but there's a 0 AD, isn't there?
No, there is no zero.
There's not.
No.
So it's one BC and then one AD.
Yes, that's the problem.
That makes no
That's one
sense.
of the problems with the calendar
that.
system we use. Is there isn't a zero.
Oh right,
AD.
yeah.
There should
There's
be
a year
zero AD.
missing.
I'm
There's literally a
checking
year
this,
missing.
I'm dubious.
It's like all
But
these fuckers that count from one.
I know I'm going to be wrong because Hamish was right about.
No,
the
I'm
weeks
not
that
right
started
about it.
on Sunday.
You
but-
might find it dependent on conventions and international standards and stuff. They've stuck one in or something. I don't know.
A year zero does not exist in the Anno Domini calendar system.
Yeah.
We
That's
got to
stupid.
fix that pretty
Yeah.
quick, I think.
Pretty quick. Well, it's only
Bring back year
2025 years too
Yeah,
late.
we're
Yeah.
already. Yeah, the best time to do it was 2025 years ago. but
Well,
the
no,
second best time to do
because
it-
that's not how. When was the AD BC system invented?
Middle Ages or something, probably. I'm guessing.
So we're only a
It's a
few
wild
hundred years.
guess. I'm aware it's a wild guess. It could be wrong. No, because they did call. No, it must have been. It must have been the first millennium sometime by this calendar because we had things that happened. Well, or is that just us retroactively applying those years, like the Battle of Hastings, Battle of.
It was invented in 525 by Dionysius Exiguus.
There you go. At least it was somebody we know well and have revered ever since. Is it,
Well, maybe he was just very embarrassed.
Is
because
that
he
one the
forgot year
Gregorian
zero.
one then? Is that right? I always get mixed up which one's which. The Julian and the Gregorian. I'm
Gregorian's
guessing
what we
we're
use
Gregorian
now.
because Julian's
yeah.
more sounds older.
Julian was the lunar calendar, yeah. I think.
The whole
Lunar
thing's
calendar
fucking
makes a lot of
mess.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't suit the Catholic Church, because they don't have loads and loads of gods. They just have loads and loads of saints and
Mary.
Mary
And also our one monotheistic god is kind of three
three
gods.
gods. Yeah. There's nothing. It's all nothing to do with any older stuff at all.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's funky. Motherfuckers, what's happening?
We could talk about the Expanse.
We could.
And I do actually
We had
like
a-
this season, so I would like to talk about the Expanse.
Right. Well, I looked up something as well. I've forgotten I'd looked this up, but I've got it here. I looked up what Motang means.
Oh, right.
Right, so we're talking about Kamina Drummer, who is now a pirate. Presumably in honour of Ashford in some way.
On Kamina Drummer's polyamorous pirate crew.
Yeah, it's the polycule that they've got a polycule
pirate crew.
Oh, and there's that one woman who's really gorgeous. She's been in Thai and that guy as well. She's really, really lovely. Can't remember her name now, but that's because it's been ages since I looked all this up. But the ship they're on, the ship that Kamina's like flagship of the fleet, as it were, is the DeWalt. Not to be confused with the tools, I guess. I don't know. At first I thought, what? They're advertising a brand of tools? Anyway, so they've got the DeWalt, and then there's the Motang. And Motang means need or necessity.
In Belter?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, that's
need or necessity, yeah. Something wrong with this fucking head. I really need to get a different set of headphones. These ones have just nothing but... They started off okay, and then the cable went, and then the foam pads are all hard and crunchy instead of soft, and I just need to get a new set. But I'm loath to buy them when these work okay, but also this one seems to be going on at me. So it's a bummer though, because they're AKG, and I've got an AKG microphone that I've had for like 30 years that worked perfectly fine. You know, usually good stuff, but looks like I got unlucky. Anyway, so yeah. And during the show, early on in the show, they also discovered another ship. They discovered Ashford's ship afloat.
Yes.
The Tynan. So they have a 3-ship fleet. And she's absolutely badass, of course, telling the other Belter pirates who actually attacked a ship not to kill anybody, and that to give them 10% of everything. And they tried to argue and did not like the answer they got.
So this isn't a Belter-approved piracy then? The Kamina's just gone off.
No, this is piracy. Yeah, there is no approved piracy. I don't think
she's kind of gone back to. She's gone back to like factionalism. Like she's just a faction now. She's just a Belter faction.
Basically,
or OPA faction or whatever.
She's her own little faction. Her and her polycule of crews.
And like there is no law out there, so whoever's got the power is the law, and in that area, she's the law.
Yep, that's it. That's pretty much it. So, and Drummer's quite scary, as you can imagine.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, she does a good job. Right, so that's where we open up. The show.
Well, the most important and just the most important thing in this episode is, and I want Chris's reaction to this. We learned Timothy.
That's the next thing on my list. Okay, Timothy. I thought you were going to say something else about this. About the piracy thing.
All about Timothy. We first time through when I discovered his name was Timothy, I was rocked.
It's not him, is it? Even Tim or nothing works for him, does it? None of those variations.
It's been a while since the last episode.
Yes,
I can't quite remember if we learnt. So we learnt he was Timothy in this episode.
I think so. Yeah.
We don't. Yeah, this is the first time we ever hear that. Yeah.
Honestly, my reaction was like, "Oh, I guess that's his name because it's obviously not Amos."
It's just the fact that they chose Timothy. Like you couldn't choose a less Amos name than Timothy, and I love it.
Timothy. None of it works. Not one of those fits him at all in any way, shape, or form.
But it's great. He's Timothy.
Yeah, but like Timothy is the kid in the flashback. That kid looks like a Timothy.
Well, it's his real name is Timothy.
Yeah, it's.
Also, I thought they did a good job casting there. I think that young kid looks like a plausible young Amos.
He's pretty good. Yeah.
Even though I did not necessarily like that scene, I think.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, I love that scene. Why did you not like that scene?
Okay, right. Okay, there is some prejudice against flashbacks.
yeah.
I knew that was going to come up.
Yeah, and I don't feel that it was necessary added anything that warranted its existence.
No, absolutely. You keep saying this about flashbacks that establish like a ton of character and a ton of character relationship, and they're absolutely necessary. Like we know so much more about Amos for seeing that flashback.
And it's like, and also I find it like.
Oh, how are you going to do Amos in the past without doing a flashback?
Well, they did it with the rest of the episode.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it doesn't give you context or thing. It's just a peaceful moment in the episode, I guess.
How do you feel about when they do a thing that's not quite a flashback? I can't remember which episode. I assume it's this episode. Where Amos is just walking through the street and he looks into a doorway and I think he sees somebody crying or something.
It's the same. It's basically the same actors, I think. It's the little kid with the bloody nose, and it's the same woman who plays Lydia as well.
He sees himself in that doorway, so he's like, "That's him remembering." Is that to you? Is that a flashback, or is that an okay thing?
No, that's totally fine.
Okay. Yeah,
the flashback is where it takes you out of this story and puts you in the prequel for a short.
So how about if Amos had gone down to the dock and you see Amos remembering in the same way? So you have those two characters having the conversation on the dock, but you also have adult Amos looking at them, remembering. Would that make it acceptable? Or
but what's he remembering? Does it add any? Is it important?
I think it does because it shows where a lot of Amos's sort of life philosophy comes from. A lot of like why he is how he is. I mean, yeah, we've sort of picked that up along the way anyway, but seeing the specific source of it and that conversation where she's saying the kind of things that he would say. Also, I can't remember exactly what she says, but the thing when she says like, I don't know how to love, but if we both pretend hard enough, maybe that'll be enough kind of thing. I think that's lovely.
I liked it.
I
just flashed up on the screen, by the way.
That's psychotic.
Well, it is. But they're people who've been abused.
They're broken people
so much that they are literally incapable of love, or perhaps incapable of love. But they're aware that love is the right thing to do. So if we act like we've got love, maybe we can repair ourselves a bit. That's not.
Incidentally, I just flashed up on the screen a picture of Vanessa Smythe, who plays Michio, who's the one I was talking about. And she is. I mean, I like a lot of the women in this show, but she's definitely way up there. She looks cuter as Michio somehow because I don't know. She looks like she's not too model stroke actress skinny in that. I think it's just because her hair's tied back and she's got her cute cheeks and stuff.
I'm not so fond.
Yeah, well, that's all right. You should have when she says, "Oh my God, I'm in love with those three guys from Space Virgins," it'd be easier for her to choose. Anyway,
what do you mean when? We've already got the emails.
That's true. And where are we? Yeah. So right. So you've kind of gone. The wording she uses is she's not righteous. That's what she says. Lydia.
I'm sorry.
Back to Lydia. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
The wording she uses is she's not righteous.
Which is a concept for a child that, like, to say that to a child of that age.
No, I think a child of that age could understand that. I think.
Yeah. You think?
Yeah, Amos isn't stupid.
Righteousness. I mean, they talk about righteousness.
No, I mean, any kid that age, like, it's just like righteous is a very complicated term.
Well, I mean, the other thing is, they're not. He's not really that much of a kid. I mean, he's he's had his childhood taken away, really.
I mean, he's hanging around with adults a lot in his work.
Well, I mean, when I say child, like, I mean, it's like it feels academic. Maybe it's just because I've largely heard it in academic terms, rather.
Right? No.
Righteous, it feels.
Well, we were both brought up Catholics. What were you?
Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah,
it's one of those words you hear a lot as a kid, anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe that's part of it.
I would say Amos has Catholic vibes.
He does actually. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not even going to start digging into that one. We'll be here for 10 shows and we'll definitely get cancelled.
The Catholicism.
He's got a favourite nun.
It's got a favourite nun.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I knocked the mic there.
That's all right. I might as well tell this now. There's loads of clips of Dave Allen, the comedian. Remember 70s comedian? And there's a story he tells that always makes me laugh. And he says there's a man walking to go to the pub, and at the street corner right next to the pub, there's this nun standing there going, it's drink is evil, and it's it's sinful, and And she sees him going into the pub, and she stops him and says, "Look, oh, that you shouldn't be doing that. It's terrible. This drink is an evil, sinful thing." And he goes, "Have you ever had a drink, sister?" And she goes, "Well, no, but it's because it's sinful and evil. I know it is." And he says, "Well, look, how can you, if you've never actually had a drink, tell me that it's evil?" And she goes, "Well, I suppose." And he says, "Well, I'll tell you what. You have a drink, and if you don't like it, then that's fine. But if but otherwise, you should think about these things." And then she goes, "All right, okay. Well, what would a lady drink?" And he says, "Well, I suppose gin." And she goes, "Okay, well, could I have a small gin then? A gin, And he goes, okay, let's have a gin. I'll get you a gin and you can try it." And she goes, "Oh, but can you, like, get it put into, like, a mug or something? I don't want people to see what I'm doing, And he goes, "Oh, all right then." So he goes into the pub and he says, "Can I have a pint of lager and a gin, but could I have it in, like, a little mug or something?" And the barman says, "Oh, that fucking nun's outside again, isn't she?" He tells it better, obviously.
No,
but
because it was unrealistic, the idea of a Catholic who didn't like.
Yeah, exactly. A Catholic doesn't drink. Yeah, Baltimore. Oh yeah, so then we discovered Lydia had a partner for the last 10 years.
And he's lovely.
He's a lovely old man. Yeah.
I like the relationship between him and obviously Amos starts off a bit aggro at the beginning, but when he sees that Charles is in pain, Amos's empathy kicks in, and he sort of sees him as a.
Yeah, he realizes he's genuine enough and all that.
They've shared,
and also Charles is not from that life either, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But,
when he starts crying and Amos says, "Okay, I will have that cup of tea."
Tea does seem good, thanks. It's like, stop this crying.
Amos being sweet. Yeah.
It is. Well, and then we hear the next name, which is obviously from Amos's past as well, which is Eric.
Yeah.
With an H on the end for some freaking reason. I don't know. It must be an Expanse thing. It's Eric.
Eric. It's all very German.
It's and like German,
yeah.
And June will tell us how to pronounce that.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, Eric. Yeah, I'll come back to that and carry on with it. Well, we'll come back to the Eric.
I'm drinking tea.
I'll come back to the Eric thing. He's got it in a Game of Thrones.
You have tea that you make at home in a sippy cup.
Well, it's
a Game of Thrones sippy cup.
It's a Game of Thrones sippy cup.
I'm surprised not got one of those sticky up bits in the sippy cup. Instead of the whole.
Absolutely ridiculous. What's wrong with the mug, Christopher?
It keeps
all the nuns have stolen for their gin.
I don't believe you. Also, drink it faster.
Okay. Right. Well, I might as well continue with the Timmy story then. Yeah. So the next thing, of course, in this part of the story is that Amos goes looking for Eric or a way to contact Eric. So he's like scoping out all the like drug dealers and stuff on the street, and he sees this one guy and he goes, right, he's so he grabs this guy and says, "I want to speak to Eric," and the guy tries to. He flashes his gun, which is really fucking stupid, really, to go, "Oh, I've got a gun." "Oh, have you? Right, I'll just take it then, thanks." Which is exactly what Amos does, and then smacks him.
It's the thing you see people do in fiction. I mean, I've not seen it in real life due to being English, but it's the thing you see people doing in fiction. Is it a thing that people do in real life? Like, back up, I've got this? It seems plausible that people would do that.
It does seem very stupid, though, because I would do exactly what Amos did.
I mean, you've got to be good. Like, if you miss, if you fumble.
You've got to have confidence in that.
Yeah.
If somebody did that to me and they're not reaching for it or got a hand in it, it's like, "Oh, is that right? I just grab them before they can grab the gun." Then it's like,
yeah.
Because if you walk away, they could shoot you in the back.
I'm too clumsy for that shit. I'd end up shooting myself.
Yeah. Well,
I would hesitate.
I wouldn't shoot them with it. I wouldn't shoot them with it. I'd just take it off them, which is what he does. He takes it off and smacks the shit out of him, and he goes, "All right, stop hitting me," which is quite funny. "Please stop hitting me."
All right, fine. I know, Eric.
I get the idea. Stop fucking hitting me. Yeah, so that happens. Then he has his meeting with Eric. Now I just want to see if I've missed any notes. No, I did have a couple of notes on the Eric scene that weren't directly related. I don't know I think Chris, if any of you would pick on it would be Chris. I thought the Eric scene was very Blade Runner. You know, the building and everything, the way he goes up.
Yeah.
I see that.
It had a real. And the other thing,
I found that scene very interesting.
it was a good scene. It tells you a lot in one little bit of story because it tells you a lot about Amos's background. It shows you also though that Amos sort of favours the underdog a bit because he killed another crime. He was sent to kill Eric, who was presumably a junior type guy in crime. And he kills the crime boss himself.
I mean, we know that about Amos. He absolutely will side with an underdog.
Yeah. So he could have done that, but also
especially where it's bullying. Essentially, anywhere where there's an imbalanced power dynamic, he will protect the person.
And Eric's disabled and stuff as well. So I wonder if that played into that. You know,
nice that he's obviously. His arm's missing from like there on one side, right? And that's the actor as well.
That's the actor, the actor's in a lot of stuff without it ever being mentioned.
Yeah, which is cool.
It's just just where he is. But of course, Eric thinks Amos is back to take over his crime business. He thinks he's come to sort of steal, or not say, but take back what's everything.
And I think that's interesting because it seems like through the dialogue you learn that they were like brothers growing up, like very close, and presumably quite similar. And they just had divergent paths, and us as viewers are like, well, Amos is clearly like Eric is like, look at all the stuff I've got, but he's living in constant fear, you know, like, and it's like, well, Amos, he doesn't have all that stuff, but he's got friends, he's got, you know, you're looking at the two, and you're like, oh, Eric, it's a little bit of a like, well, who's happier there?
An odd world,
how their lives have diverged.
So Eric thinks he's here to take it, and he's like, you know, the most clumsy, obvious test. He puts the gun down on the table. It's like, well, we all know, everybody, the audience, Amos, we all know that gun isn't loaded. It's a test. And he's like, look, you don't have to test me, man. And it's,
But then Amos does, do you notice when they're drinking, I assume it's bourbon, Amos looks and waits for Eric to drink
drink his, yeah.
Well, I mean, I do the same, but also it would be really stupid to shoot someone with their own gun. It might. Not only might it not be loaded, right? But it also might have I don't know how.
Well, no, we've learned when Bobby was on the Mao's yacht, there were DNA encoded guns that wouldn't work for her. So
or it might just have a janky hammer you got to pull back or something. I don't know.
It could be. Anything could be. If it's not your own weapon, you don't know it. It's a really it's a big risk to try and.
Don't know where the safety is.
That's
the safety on.
Pardon?
Maybe you don't know where the safety is, you know?
Yeah.
It's a trick gun that shoots backwards.
Yeah. Well, there are quite often in fiction. There's it wasn't loaded anyway when people get the gun off and turn on, and it's like, it wasn't loaded, so you know I was bluffing.
There's a nice bit in Bourne. I do like that first Bourne film, where two of the sort of CIA assholes are fighting each other, and one of them steals the other one's gun out of the fridge or something, and then tries to shoot, and there's no bullets in it, and he goes, he's German, and he goes, I thought it was a bit light, which is kind of like, that's kind of cool. Like, you could tell the difference, like, that's cool.
Yeah, sorry, it was weird. I thought I was hearing something with you guys, but it seems to be something outside.
I mean, I'd imagine
go to speakers while I get tea. So
okay.
Yeah. I imagine if you've held a fair number of guns.
Oh no, that's very, very.
Oh, that's.
Why is it? Why are you coming through, but I'm not? That was weird.
It might have just been because you weren't speaking at that time. But
okay.
I'd imagine if you were like used a handgun regularly, you might be able to work it out, because like handguns, what do they have, like 17 clips or something in them? Is that
the clip is the whole thing, and it's rounds.
The clip is the whole thing. Yeah. It's bullets. Yeah, that's
rounds.
Yeah,
a bullet has more than
I think it's somewhere between like 10 and 17. So yeah, I think if you handle guns a lot, I think you can probably tell the difference. Yeah,
because those kind of handguns with the magazine, it's like. I think 12.
I don't even know how big a round is. Really, is it like?
Well, it depends on the caliber of the bullet.
Yeah, 9 millimeters.
9 millimeters. 9 millimeters diameter. Yeah.
That's
which is pretty small. As we all know, I have a rule handy.
Not to be confused with a ruler.
No.
Exactly. So you know.
Two different things.
Just about where the
There you
end of
go.
my finger is there is 9mm. You know?
You've got quite big fingers.
I have. It's difficult to play the guitar with them as well. That's a problem, especially since I got arthritic and these bend. That's not an optical illusion or me holding my finger sideways. Well, I can demonstrate it with the front. That makes more sense.
Mine started out bendy.
Mine's are a bit bendy anyway, but they've got worse.
Also, I've got bendy little fingers, and my mum always used to. Do you remember the TV show The Invaders?
Oh, very vaguely.
There's an old TV show that was rerun during my childhood. But the way you could tell the aliens because they pretended to be humans in that show was they had bendy little fingers. So my mum always said that she said I was like jokingly. I knew it was a joke. Like she wasn't actually calling me an alien.
No, she found out that you'd been replaced.
Maybe it's true. Maybe I'm an actual alien. That'd be fucking cool.
Yeah. So basically, Amos. I'm hearing myself back now.
Are you?
Yep.
I'm on your phone.
It's definitely coming back from. It does sound very.
It doesn't sound like.
Right. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I was too close to the microphone.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's fine. Yep.
Yeah.
That's when I'm too close. Yeah.
Yeah. You put the microphone in your mouth, not your ear.
Yeah. If I put it in my mouth, you hear my fucking breathing. That's the problem.
It's your nose that breathes.
It is my nose, yeah. But my nose is close to my mouth.
You should just try using your microphone properly like the rest of us. Get good. No, what is it Danny says? What is it Danny
Then I can't
says?
see.
Do better.
Yeah.
That's it.
Do better.
But if I put it here, like in front of me, I can't see the screen.
Well, that's what you get for buying a shit microphone.
It is fucking huge.
I mean, mine's is over here. You know,
I'm sorry.
I
can't hear you because I can't see you.
Guys, you can't see me. Yeah. I used to not be able to hear when I put sunglasses on.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah,
it's like pushing the wrong way or something.
There's a thing that used to go around. Is it people's posts when stoned, and one of them says they were so stoned that they had to turn the TV down so they could taste their macaroni. And I'm like, I totally even not stoned, I get that. Yeah.
That's.
Wow. I remember a friend of mine was, and he said it was a friend of a friend sort of thing, but he was trying to light. He said there was one guy trying to light a cigarette by running really hot water, and he's like, it must be hot enough to light this cigarette by now. It's really hot.
That's the kind of When I remember getting in stoned once and really wanting a cup of tea, and I had milk in my tea at that time, but we didn't have any milk, and I was like, what's the next thing to milk? Butter. So I put butter in my tea.
People do put butter in their tea.
I've seen a thing in coffee more often. I've seen people put butter in coffee. Well, when I put butter in tea, it was disgusting. It just melts and floats to the surface.
Yeah,
so
you just get
the liquid butter and then your tea.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, on that was an interesting tangent. What to make of it, I'm not sure, but there you go. So, he's gone again. Hang on, we'll wait for him. Wait for him to come back because he's going to have something to say about this next bit. I guarantee you. There he is. He's coming. Oh, there he is. Is he plugged back in? Oh no, he's putting them back over his ears. Right. Okay.
There we go.
We need to get you an extendable cable.
I know.
I mean, I've got buckets of the things here. I can just send you one if you want it. It's not a big deal.
Where it goes is a bit awkward.
I'm tempted to buy you a decent microphone as well, but you'll just fuck it all up, you know.
Oh, I will. Yeah, like a day. Yeah.
So the end, the sort of end part of that story of the Eric and Amos thing is that he arranges for Charles to stay in the flat for the rest of his days, basically, which is all he wanted. That's what he went to Eric for. And Eric's like, that's really all you wanted? Yeah.
And then Eric's like, if we ever see you again, I love you, but if we ever see you again, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, ever set foot on the planet or is it in Baltimore or on the planet? I can't remember how big the threat was.
Yeah. So the question is there something like... So it seems like Amos and Eric they have like a shared history, and if Amos's history comes to light in the community, does that jeopardizes Eric? I assume in one way or another.
I think it would in a way. Yeah, probably does.
Possibly.
It's a bit of a house of cards, isn't it? But he does say that the Amos Burton ID will just not hold up if you get arrested down here. You're screwed.
Yeah.
No? And even Christian says, "I'm not bailing you out if you end up in jail." So that brings me to that was a segue. That's professional things. That segues nicely into the end.
Doesn't count as a segue if you lampshade it. That nullifies the segue.
Oh wow, he's using even cleverer words than me. Cleverer terms than I am. Yeah. So once he leaves, the area, he calls Chrissy. He calls her Chrissy once again. I don't think she likes that. She's made it clear she fucking doesn't. So he phones Christian Avasarala, and he says that he wants another favour. He wants to arrange to see someone.
Whomst could that be, Christopher?
Whomst could it be, Christopher?
Oh,
yes,
is it? So hang on. Who was? Could it be? Oh man.
I'll give you some options. LeBron James, Stalin, or Charlie Brown.
I'll give you a clue. It's none of them.
Who was the woman? What was the woman's name that he was like looking at on the screen? Like the one that took him under his wing. Was that not the woman?
That's Lydia. She's dead.
That's the dead one. Yeah.
That's the dead one. Ah, right.
So who would he want to see that he would need special permission to get to see?
The Queen
on Earth. Who's come back to Earth from our story and might be in a place where they're not allowed to see people on a normal, regular basis?
I think it's actually better if Chris doesn't.
Oh, hang on a minute. It's
This is great. This is better than when we wind up Clarissa Mao. Yeah, Peaches. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, it's better. This is better than when we wind them up. This is just make them think about something. It's like so much fun.
I like this. I've not seen this Chris thinking pose before.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. Yeah. Yeah. So we kind of guess that that doesn't happen obviously in this episode, but that's what he asks for. We guess. Stuff I love is coming up.
Okay.
Because he's obsessed with this woman.
I love Clarissa.
Yeah.
But again, at Chris's point, I didn't. She was an asshole.
Yeah, I think the way that we've talked about it and her, the situation and her, has kind of like, because you drew my attention to the fact that they would have been on a ship together for quite some time.
Yeah, on the way back
whilst that was
on the Rocinante
in between series,
the belt, not the belt, further than the belt, the rings.
Illis.
Well, she wasn't at Illis. That was afterwards. I'm confusing myself.
The ring.
Yeah, it's from the ring space.
Around,
the ring space. Yeah. It's in the ring space. That's it.
The general ring area.
You made that dirty.
Speaking of dirty, my bathroom was filthy. I'd kept putting off cleaning it, and when I emptied you get a mop and bucket, when you empty the water, it was the water's absolutely disgusting.
I like those bathrooms that they have in foreign places. I've seen them on television, where like it's just the whole room is tiled, including the floor.
A wet
and you
room.
can just sluice it down. Like, why don't we all do that?
I asked for that when they refitted my bathroom, but they said no. You only get that if you've got special physical needs.
Because then you don't even need a toilet.
Oh, no! See, I knew he was going to take. I knew. As soon as he started talking about this, I thought this is going to go somewhere slightly more sinister by the end. But I kind of thought, maybe he just means it'd be easier to click. No, he fucking didn't. yeah. As Chris says, you can get your computer in one corner, and you can just stand there. You could just stand there the whole time and just. Everything just going and blah blah blah. Oh, sorry, excuse me a second. Yep, that one needed a bit of extra work. Yeah.
That's the dream.
That's the dream. Yeah. Well, you just get you a couple of tubes. Just.
The
internet is just a series of tubes.
But it doesn't go anywhere.
I just think
like a foot long.
Yeah. No, I just think we could get you 3 tubes, and just don't mix up the anyone with either of the outies, You'd be all right, yeah. Right, there's an interesting little bit. Well, I don't know if you want to go straight to this whole storyline or not, but there's an interesting line that I noted from an early part of the Tycho Station stuff, which is Fred and guy whose name I've forgotten now. Fuck.
Oh, arsehole guy.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Oh, I forgot his name. That's annoying me now.
He's a bit overly. I mean, the first thing he says is, "My dick's too big."
Yeah,
Like,
you know what your problem
he's
is.
a bit
Oh, my
that.
dick's too big. He says, shut the fuck up,
Yeah.
man. I'm being serious here. Yeah, but one of the things he says to Fred is interesting. And it's like, the problem with you is you think an underdog means they're the good guy.
Which I like as a line. Yeah.
It is a good line, that one. Yeah.
It did always bother me as a kid, actually. When the FA Cup, like my dad was a bit into football. Right?
Sorry, that went what?
Well, sport in general. My dad was a bit into football. My mum was a little bit into football, but they'd watch the FA Cup. That was it at that time. That's families watched the FA Cup, right, when it was on. And they would always support the underdog. And that always felt a bit odd to me. Like, I get it, of course, emotionally as humans, we are sort of predisposed that way. But it's like, support the one. Like, we always want the best one to lose.
That's very British. It's very British, isn't it? Because in America, it's all the other way around.
Well, there was that thing on the Olympics that struck me at the time. I probably said this before, but I think it was Michael Johnson, who was an ex-US sprinter, very successful ex-US sprinter, and he was on the BBC commentary talking about the Olympics, and the British people. They just had a race where a British person came in second, and they were celebrating it. We got silver, really celebratory. And then one of the British commentators said to Michael Johnson, he said, "Why do you think Britain doesn't get so many golds?" And Michael Johnson just went, "Because you celebrate silver." And I think that's true. Like, I would rather be Britain and celebrate silver.
Yeah, because if you don't get gold, you're always you're just disappointing yourself constantly.
Yeah.
You can't. Not everybody can be getting a place is a good thing, But
if you want excellence, if your goal is to have excellence, then you've got to not celebrate second, not celebrate. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, but how many more people get burned out and destroyed doing that?
Oh no, for sure. Yeah. I mean, again, in this context, I always bring up that film. The film about the drummer. What's it called?
Whiplash.
The drummer who's Whiplash, yeah.
I've not actually seen it, but I keep meaning to watch it.
Very good film, and it asks the question.
The person who kept banging on at me and recommending it to me annoyed me. I can't remember who it was.
It's probably
no, it was somebody more peripheral. Maybe
it's very good. Yeah. And it asks the question, like, if this is the cost of excellence, is it worth it, kind of thing. And it doesn't answer the question; it genuinely just asks the question.
Yeah, well, the thing is,
I do think it's an interesting question. Yeah.
The thing is with that sort of line of thinking is, if you're not the best at the world, then you might as well not get out of bed in the morning. The chances of you being the best in the world are slim.
Exactly.
So what even bother getting?
Yeah. Why do anything? Why do anything?
Well, that's where I go with a lot of stuff. Like, when I think about, like, I could write something. Yeah. Maybe that would be fun. Like, what's the point? There's much better writers than me. But no, I think if we want an elite at things, art, I'm talking the arts generally, like, and sports and things like that. If we want an elite, if we want people who absolutely fucking excel, if that's the cost, is it worth it? But you can still do things on an amateur basis and not have that pressure.
I mean, you know how I feel about, like, sports and shit like that anyway. Like,
But what about things like, ballet, music, things where, if you want to be...
Well, see, the thing is,
that's not a competition.
Art-wise, it's not a competition. You can have two different bits of music and you can enjoy both of them. Or you can watch...
No, but if you want, like, I mean, in Whiplash, it's jazz, which has become a very... I mean, there's jazz that's very improvisational and, just vibe-based. But then, the top tier of jazz is like classical music. It's very sort of...
Oh, my God, they had jazz on Radio 3 the other day, and it was just awful. It just...
Jazz is one of those divisive things. Like, you either love it. I like jazz.
I like non-improv jazz. Like,
but if you'd said to me, "Would you want to hear some improvised jazz?" I'd be like, But I made friends with a lady who plays the trombone. I made friends with her online, and she plays the trombone, and she's a friend of Stuart Lee's, which is. It's a complicated chain of events that led me to this woman. Anyway, because he bangs on about improvised jazz as well. Anyway. And this lady does this. It's her and a drummer on one of her albums. So it's a trombone and a drums, and it's really proggy. That's why I like it. I got into it because it was quite proggy, rather than because it was, it just sometimes these things just work.
But I do think if you want people who excel at very refined forms, that you do essentially have to beat the humanity out of them. It's like making soldiers. If you want them to be really fucking good, then they have to suffer and their life will be
dehumanizing.
Yeah.
Anyway, his name's Bull, the guy that says the underdog line.
But
Drew's
like
leaning into the mic again.
If you make like people that make films aren't brutalized like that, are they? I mean,
some of them
no,
to themselves.
Yeah, that's a different thing. I think like at the top tier of sport or like classical music or that kind of jazz, I think it's very. There's a right way to do it, and that right way to do it takes many thousands of hours of practice. There's no room for whereas a director, it's like, well, I feel it's coming more from. It's not like this is how you make a film in this very exacting way, and I've got to do it exactly right. It's not a practice-based thing in that sense.
Well, that's when you take a lot of the humanity out of music. I think when you've got this kind of it must be this and that. That's and a lot of classical music does that.
See, I know I do love those I don't think it's worth it in terms of the cost to people, but it is. It's like
it's with ballerinas and stuff. You see
another
all that,
example.
what they go through,
Yeah, ballerinas.
And the other thing is like ballerinas is particularly bad one because then they get tossed in the scrap heap in their mid-20s.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, same with like gymnasts and a lot of sports. Yeah,
gymnasts. They're all because they start them when they're gymnasts, particularly they get started when they're teenagers and they're still flexible and they're still growing. A lot of these kids are still growing. And you see these these kids doing these amazing things. That's amazing. But then, by the time they're 20, they're like completely ruined.
But I mean, an extreme example is castratos in opera, right? Where they would take young boys, castrate them, so that it maintains that they become adults, but they maintain that pitch of voice that nobody else really can hit.
Yeah,
and you get that very specific voice that you can't otherwise get.
That's kind of awful. That's a bit like cannibalism, really, isn't it?
It's like wrapping the feet in the Asian countries or something, they do that kind of thing and all that. It's like,
there's a lot of things there that.
No, but for art, to create something that is beautiful to others,
Yeah, but they don't get the choice, though. That's the problem.
Hang on a minute. If you find something that someone has been tortured for to be beautiful, does that not say something about the enjoyer?
Well, but it's consensual.
True. What do you expect?
It's not torture because it's consensual.
But it's not consensual. How can a little kid consent to something like that? They don't.
I'm not necessarily talking about the castratos, but like ballerinas and the same thing. How can a kid?
But most of them are pressurized into it, though.
Yeah,
really. Whenever you hear any story about them, they've all
But there are certain people who would say, no, I want to do this. I want to self-sacrifice to create something beautiful. And I think that's admirable. But there is a consent question for sure.
Especially when they start so young. That's the thing. Is that ballerinas always seem to have started when they were 12.
Mozart is a good example. His life was hell. He was abused to all fuck by his parents. He was treated like a machine. His parents, worked him to death. He was mentally completely fucked up and created some of the most beautiful music the world's ever seen.
See, you know what? I'm going to probably say something that's going to. It's some argument I'm sure people have made before. And in fact, I know it's an argument people have made before. But I also question some of this stuff in as much as music was before recorded music. There was a lot of difficulty actually knowing exactly how to interpret, and sheet music is far too open to interpretation for my liking, because it doesn't necessarily tell you everything. There's a lot of instructions added, these little notes and stuff that are added to things, but it's.
I mean, there's bits in sheet music and classical music that basically just says, and play some notes here that make sense.
Yeah.
And it's up to, but that's where the training and skill of the performer comes in. Like they know how to interpret that in a way that is consistent with everything and there's different interpretations, which is why it's popular.
Yeah, but transcribing. I mean, this is why it's so difficult. You get people who are experts at transcribing stuff, and they'll pick up say for argument's sake, the Beatles or something, and they'll pick out all the strings and everything from a song and the guitar and everything. But even now, people don't know how a lot of the sounds were made at the time. And of course, in the studio, they just went, "Oh, that sounds good. Let's keep that because it's been recorded now." And it makes me think sheet music can't possibly capture enough
And also,
to get the full story.
I don't know any of
this
this factually, but like presumably most musical instruments made hundreds of years ago were not as high quality as the ones that we use today.
Well, some are, but yeah, that's another thing is tuning as well, because the way we use
changed over time.
Well, and also it can be different than what you have to actually. This is the thing that doesn't get put down in a lot of transcriptions, but where the A note is usually where they start. So if you've got a tuner, it'll be A equals 440 hertz, and that's taken to be that's an A. It's 440 hertz is an A, 880 hertz is A1, and so forth, or A1, something like that. Anyway, octaves. But the point is that a lot of stuff was written not within that exact framework as well. So the notes are relative, but then some stuff starts to drift as well. So there's a lot of sort of silly little things.
For me, the reason that doesn't matter is it's not like an exact. It's not about exactly reproducing like written music isn't like a recording, and it isn't for exactly reproducing.
Yeah,
there is a degree.
It's more like a MIDI file than it is a recording.
Yeah.
Trying to explain to people that MIDI doesn't have any music in it is quite a challenge sometimes.
But it's up to the individual musicians and the conductor, it's a negotiation almost into like how are we interpreting this piece, and that's part of why you need so much fucking training to be good at that.
Yeah.
I mean, I that's why I kind of have a soft spot for C6 Steve, because he's just got like a fucking.
I thought you were saying C6 and C6 rather, and I thought, what the really quite a high C.
My dad loved him. I had like all his albums.
Because he strings up a broom or whatever it is and just goes.
Well, that's it. It's relative, and that's the thing as well. It's relative as well. And I mean, that's another thing to note about musical instruments. A lot of stringed instruments don't have frets.
Yeah, which is amazing. Yeah.
So, I don't even get that. Like cellos and stuff. It's
the Chinese one, which has a very long fretboard, but with no, you just got to know where those, and it's never perfect. That's actually I linked a video.
Oh, even then, a really well made, modern guitar or whatever.
Because modern pop vocalists are it's not auto tune, it's pitch corrected. So they nail them exactly to the perfect frequency of the notes, and it makes it sounds inhuman. It doesn't sound right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Have you ever heard someone read something or like a video online where there's a voice and you're not sure if that voice is AI generated or an actual person because they've got such a monotone voice? A couple of times, like either AI is getting better or there are some people out there that read.
Both. I think it's both. Yeah, I think AI is getting better, and there's some people who like as you say, read in a very monotone kind of, or a very not necessarily monotone because AI can do tones.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you the last thing right. So there's a YouTube channel. Don't ask. Right. It's called The Queen of Afternoon Tea. It's this American lady, and she reviews all these afternoon teas. Right. Weirdly
you have got too much time on your fucking hands. I mean, she's got way too much time in her hands, but you're even worse.
If you put all this time you spent watching these videos into becoming a concert violinist.
So, I mean, to be fair, she churns out a lot of videos, but I always question that her voice is obviously what she says is scripted, but like it's such a consistent way of talking that there is a part of me that thinks, is this AI generated?
I mean, you can train an AI on a particular voice, and then if you're that kind of content creator, and like you can AI generate the script, AI generate the voice, and then just like slap a video on top of it.
Yeah.
Well, TikTok's a wash.
If you want soulless content, yeah. But the other thing as well is you can, if you edit things enough, it can start to sound inhuman. I don't mean like deliberately editing mid-word or something but if you edit stuff too tight and you don't put the right sort of natural sounding spacing in, it can sound like that as well.
Oh yeah, because sometimes they're like in Audacity, you can auto remove gaps in speech. Yeah. And if you do that, if you do that,
listen to that back. It sounds really weird.
Sounds like somebody who's forgotten to breathe.
Yeah. Unlike Drew.
Drew loves good breathe. Do you know you can buy
AI?
You can.
Well, I don't know. It's very dark in there. I wonder if that's. If he starts going,
he's the Soviet AI
style, That was a great because everybody thought that was computer generated.
Max Headroom,
Yeah.
you talking about?
Yeah, but it's a latex head, and it's just editing and stuff. But I mean, this is there's like a lot of stuff that isn't computer generated, and it amazes you when looking back on it that an artist managed to sit and draw some of that stuff. You know,
like, I hate the fact now that I look at a picture I like and I immediately go to check the signs of AI.
Yeah.
Like, it's broken me. It means I can't.
Well, part of that,
I can't enjoy something with the same gay abandon I used to, because there's a part of me that thinks, am I literally just enjoying like?
I just imagine Chris dancing through the house with like pictures going, that's what my gay abandon makes it sound like bouncing around happy, you know.
That was me before AI.
Oh, right, okay. Well, the other thing that this is something that people shush me about all the fucking time, but I totally stand. I'll die on these two hills. One of them is picture quality on phones, and the other one is audio quality from compression and stuff. They do matter, and they certainly matter generationally as well. It's when stuff's been redone, because people resize things and what have you, and people say, well, it's a digital copy is an exact copy. Well, no, it's not. Not if you've resized or cropped or whatever. You've done something to that, and then people will look at it on the same size screen again. They'll look at it again on a computer screen, or more likely some sort of fucking phone or whatever. And the artifacts in JPEG and stuff are fucking awful.
No, that's fine. You just get AI to upscale it.
Do you know? There was a video on YouTube where God, how many of my stories start with that? Where a guy, I think he re-uploaded the same video to YouTube like 1,000 times, and it was cursed.
Oh, I like that.
More and more re-encoding, and more. But then again, the thought is, it's like that is the really arse about face way to do it, because you can just do FFmpeg again and again and again.
Yeah, you could have just left it running. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we were talking about Bull. That's it. Bull. So Bull's the guy that says the underdog, good guy thing. Yeah. And where does that take us to? Oh yeah, Monica's kidnapped.
Oh, yeah.
I've actually done that. Look.
Well, there's that introductory line.
Where is it?
Where Monica, Monica calls Holden, and Monica says, "I've not been entirely honest with you."
And he goes, "Oh, that's shocking." That's a shock.
I laughed even before he reacted. I laugh at that line because that's
It's like, oh, Monica's been Monica, the weird the
reporter.
What's the word I'm looking for? Not honest. There's a word I'm looking for that means not honest.
Dishonest?
No. There's a word. There's a more euphemistic.
Duplicitous?
Yeah, that's okay. That's a bit more harsh.
Carousel.
Bananas. That's it. Anyway, so Monica the reporter. Yeah. And it's I've got the whole journey there, like from like, oh no, it's that, and then that, and then later it's you should say. Anyway, so it's so we've got a whole needle in a haystack thing, and then they start thinking the clever ways that maybe the audience is thinking, but one of them will be warm because it's got someone in it and an atmosphere, and they scamper that, and then what they find first is. Soil, which is clever. That's clever because I like those little details. That's one of those things where they show the science of things. That obviously soil is it's living, live soil. He calls it. Which they might
with microbes and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Or possibly vermicular life forms as well. Who knows?
Oh, actually, compost. If you ever see a compost bin in the coldest parts of winter, steam will rise off
steam will rise. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So we then find, from this scene as well, we find out there's a mole on... Well, actually, I think we heard there was a mole on Tycho in the previous episode, but it's more obvious.
The mole probably going to be in that live soil.
You beat me to it, damn it.
No.
I was going to make that joke just then. I thought, where's the mole? It's in the soil, obviously, digging.
Sorry, a very, very quick anecdote. So you've met Katya, right?
Yep, yeah.
Who was my ex a while back. And one day, she's Russian, and one day she was telling me about how annoying it is in the winter when moles eat your clothes.
What?
And she lived in Siberia. I was like, sorry, what? Moles eat your clothes? She's like, yeah, moles, they come into your house, get into your wardrobe, and they eat your clothes. And took me. It was a bit of back and forth where I realised she meant moths.
Yeah, that's what I thought she must have meant as well. Yeah, it's like she doesn't mean.
No, the idea.
Or I thought, what is the ground so frozen that they come indoors?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, she makes a mountain out of a moth hill. Yeah, so we get more information because we had a sort of vague thing about mentioned background, but now there's more clear evidence that there's some sort of mole on Tycho, messing with things and bypassing securities and all that sort of stuff.
Do you reckon that they used cables when she was in 0G in that container?
Well, they must have done because she does all that sort of.
Don't reckon they really filmed it in space.
Oh, sorry. I keep
To be honest, because there are some scenes in that where I actually think that it's kind of convincing.
Well, it's supposed to be this, it's that kind of show. But also, yeah, maybe they did it with.
Well, when Alex was doing
trampolines or
flips
something.
in the thing in the Rocinante like a couple of series ago when he didn't have.
Yeah, it didn't look great, did it?
It looked very. I mean, the more
Maybe
I analyze it,
or maybe she's just better at doing the wire work. The actress.
Yeah,
she has a nicer bottom than Alex. Maybe that's what distracted you.
Bottom tier list.
Nice bottom. I'm just looking to see if I've got any more about this particular. Yeah, I have in a bit. Yeah. So the reason they find the reason they find that she's sending out a feed. Is the two, Bull and Fred, are sort of chatting, and James Holden turns around, looks at the table, and sees Monica's little personal organizer phone thing, and he goes, huh. And then he pushes a button on it, and he gets this feed because it's coming in. There's like a feed coming in, and literally Fred says to him, "Jesus Christ, that's really how you go through life, isn't it?" It's like, press the button, yeah. And he does, he does it with all the protomolecule stuff as well.
Yeah. Like, I love that. Love that line.
It was a good one.
Yeah, well, if it all goes wrong, we just nuke it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so and this, all the scenes of that build up the story that there is a mole on Tycho, breaking past security things all over the place. But in the end, they do find Monica and save her because she actually punctured her own air seal on the canister, and that's what saved her, which is ironic. Yeah, because it's also what almost killed her.
Because when she does that, I feel so bad for her. Like she's trying to do the right thing, she's prizing this door open, and then oh fuck, we're in space. Really feel for her in that moment.
It's just bad to worse. So my question then for Christopher, any ideas who the mole might be?
I mean.
And
I want to say
Drew, say fuck all. You hear me? Don't react. Don't say something to be misdirected. Just,
I mean, I want to say Bull because he's the untrustworthy one that we've been set up with. But
have you considered Fred Johnson?
See, I told him not to do these things.
I don't know. I'm guessing either Bull or. Yeah, or the reporter, maybe. No,
I'm not saying it. I'm not going to tell you.
Not wittingly.
I mean, it's a big thing to find out in this series. Obviously, it's part of the arc. But I just wondered if you had any early contenders out of all the characters on Tycho, because there's quite a few on Tycho. A lot of work people and stuff.
I mean, I know Bull's like the one you're the one you're supposed to think almost.
But isn't he looking for the mole?
Exactly. I mean, they haven't found the mole, so.
Well, it's in Katia's wardrobe eating her clothes. Right. Okay.
One thing that when they were fixing up the Rocinante,
that fucking noise banging all the way through the ship. That's brilliant.
And then Holden brings one of the engineer lady 2 cups of some sort of drink, tea. Let's say.
Well, I think he brings a cup for her and a cup for him.
Now, and then she just so this doesn't make sense to me, the gravity side of it, right? Because these are not sippy cups like this, right, which keeps the liquid in, right?
No, they're adult cups for adults. Yeah,
they're adult right? Except he's just moving them around as if there's.
I hate that scene for two reasons. First of all, please either when you make a TV show or a film, put liquid in the cups, please.
Yes.
Because actors cannot fucking act taking a sip. I don't know why. Is it a really fucking... Either we need to do a month in acting school teaching people how to drink from... Yeah. Or because she doesn't swallow. The problem is she takes a sip and then she immediately talks.
Yeah,
she doesn't swallow.
People always do it. They go... Blah, 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 blah.
So annoying.
It should go.
And then also,
that'd be funny if somebody did do that. Oh fuck! I forgot to drink something. You know?
Also, and this isn't just her. This isn't singling out her. This is every fucking actor and everything.
Yeah.
First of all, act like the cup has some weight to it when you move it. Take a realistic sip where you're taking a gulp. And don't gesture with the cup like this after you've just taken a sip from it, which is what she does. She's gesturing, yeah.
Well, she's not a long-time cast member either, so
yeah.
Maybe the regulars are better. Maybe the regulars at it are better. The regulars are better at it.
It's just, I think I am not a trained actor. I think I could do a more realistic fake fucking sip than that.
Or they could just give them a sippy cup.
Yeah, and then
there you go.
Yeah. I know it's not the most important thing for telling the story. It doesn't really matter. But if you have a cup in a scene, what I really don't understand is why they don't just put water in. I know it's probably a bit of hassle on set. People knock it, but it's fucking worth it. Just put water in the fucking cups,
or put a bit of a weight in the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Stick a bit of metal, or
presumably when people are having glasses of drink, they do it with glasses of drink.
Yeah, they must do it. Yeah, because you can see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you notice they hardly ever do that in things, or they'll hardly ever actually drink. You'll not see them drink out of the thing when it's their turn to talk. That's another thing. You'll see people drink out of a glass cup when it's the other person's line. That's when you see it.
But Amos and Eric had a drink, of I assume cold tea.
Yeah. It's the Expanse. It's probably bourbon. It's probably real bourbon.
I remember reading about Bewitched, the TV show Bewitched. They used to shoot several episodes, maybe 4 or 5 episodes in a day in front of a live audience. And all of the drinks in the show were real. So by the time you got to the 5th episode, they slurring their lines and stuff. Them were the days.
Well, to be fair, I find it a little bit unbelievable that people just go, whiskey, that's nice, like it's water.
I like whiskey. No, I like whiskey. I can understand. Beer, I don't understand beer. Beer's disgusting. Anybody go, that's nice and refreshing.
Yeah, no. Whether or not you like whiskey, it still doesn't go down like water. Unless you're
expensive whiskey does.
Oh, maybe I've never had expensive
whiskey. Yeah, no, expensive whiskey can be quite smooth. Yeah, any cheap whiskey is rough as fucking shit. But I actually kind of like the rough. I like. It's not. Whiskey,
he likes it. Drew likes it rough. We all know that.
He always likes the rough.
I like Wild Turkey bourbon, which feels like fucking sandpaper going down. It's lovely. But yeah, a really expensive whiskey is a lot smoother, or at least can be. Yeah.
Well. I like how Amos just takes the bottle off the desk. He's like,
no, I'm actually not. No, one more thing, I'm having that.
Yeah, he enjoyed it.
Yeah. Right. So Alex, he's actually not too terrible in this series,
but he's still,
which is ironic given
they're essentially Geordie LaForging him, where he just striking out with women constantly. Which I kind of enjoy. Just, being used by women for... Hamish has become Peanut.
Well, we're both looking at the window because there's noises. I've got the window open. I'm going to shut the window. Bear with me a second. I get your Geordie LaForge reference, though.
Good. Oh, no, Chris is gone as well.
No, it's all right. I'm here.
They're having a secret meeting without me.
Someone at my window, I was just checking.
It was my neighbour knocking mud off his boots.
Yeah, so Alex just striking out with women is something I enjoy as a new trope in the show.
But before we get to that, Alex first comes in because he's already been to see his ex in the last episode and been told to go forth. His kid's basically like, yeah, sure, Dad, on the video phone. We hear Cats in the Cradle playing in the background. So he ends up joining Bobby and Avasarala's little operation, effectively.
Yeah. I'm not sure I'd want him.
No.
Well, he's got an end to that Admiral guy, and that's why they use him, isn't it?
Kind of, but then
Sort of.
the Admiral guy's kind of like, who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you? Well, no, he knows who he is. And
but...
that's actually quite a good bit of story. Although, again, Kamal, the actor, Kaz Anwar, doesn't play it very well. He doesn't really give the performance that makes it come across. It's like, actually, the sort of reluctant hero thing is what he's meant to he's meant to realise he's a reluctant hero. And it just kind of goes. He's just a bit flat.
I think that's okay because I think that's the character. The character is actually bubbly. Like he's the one when he goes into bars who tells them the exploits they've been up to and that kind of thing. That's who he is. He's not the reluctant hero. He's the very much I'm the fucking hero.
Okay.
So you're talking about Alex now, right?
Yeah, the character I think is pretending to be like, oh no, it was nothing.
Right. So it's false modesty sort of thing.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Well, I do. Can I? Before we get on to narrative stuff, I do have a controversy. It might be the controversy of this season, like the the nailing to the wall thing.
I thought you were going to say the controversy was about the coffee. Really, I thought that was the big one.
No, that's just fucking annoying.
That's just a side note. Yeah.
So we all agree on that.
That's true.
Dickhead lecturer is giving his lecture about the asymmetry of defending the ring space. I think he's wrong. I don't think that is asymmetrical. So his point is that two forces going through one ring, that's symmetrical, right?
Yeah, that's the point he makes.
Whereas one force inside the ring space defending multiple holes, that's symmetrical.
And I think that's bullshit as well. And I think you're going to give you give your reasoning. I can still hear you. I'm just going to switch a light on. On you go.
So say there's 1,800 rings. If you've got 1,800 forces attacking you through those rings at the same time, that is not a symmetrical conflict. You cannot defend all of those rings equally at the same time.
Yeah,
you can defend them asynchronously. If all of the attacks are asynchronous, then it is an asynchronous a strategic situation, but if they're all being attacked at the same time, asymmetrical, then that is not asymmetrical.
Well, the other point that he doesn't consider with this, I'd love to take this guy on in a battle because it'd be so easy. Brilliant admiral, fucking idiot. The other point he doesn't really take into account is that you don't know when something's coming through the ring. There's no big flashing lights. And it's a it's a vast space, the ring space as well. So if you had a huge fleet, you could probably react to things, but you're not,
if things are coming in one by one, then that is the same as defending one to one. Even two at once, then that is no longer
But it depends where you take the target to be. If the target is the Earth ring to get back to, or the Sol ring to get back to, fair enough. You've got a point. You can have your back against it, as it were. Yeah, that makes it sort of true, but not really. As you say, the overwhelming
he's just a prick because he's just berating his students for knowing what they were taught in the previous lesson. That's annoying.
You learned something that you should have learned. Well done.
Yeah, you learned what we told you in the last lecture. What a fucking idiot.
Yeah, it's like, what?
Yeah,
but he's obviously a cock monkey, and we're not meant to like him.
He's a prick. So
So
that wasn't controversial. We're gonna have to search for a new controversy.
Yeah, we're all agreeing with things. This is terrible.
I don't know if it. I don't know the asymmetrical thing.
Here we go.
Like
Chris is gonna.
He's
going to spice it up.
It's a bit like It's still a matter of balancing it, right? Like, if you hold the ring space, you could probably still do it with a relatively smaller force.
Relatively smaller, you could react, but there's no guarantee where things are going to come from. Unless you know where everybody is already. If you know, if you have perfect information about who went through what gate and how much, what size the forces are and stuff, you can sort of do that. But the way he portrays it is just inaccurate. The way he portrays it is not accurate. He doesn't say that. He doesn't talk about information. He's given a half a lesson with a tenth of the information. Basically, he's not really. He tries to make something an absolute, and it's not. There's too many variables in that.
His essential point is if you're defending a single ring, then the two forces are essentially equal. So that's it's a decent defense. And if you're inside the ring space defending all of the rings, then that's like defending all of the rings equally at the same time in that symmetrical way, which is an asymmetrical advantage. But that only applies if people are coming through one by one.
And if you've got a big enough force to defend the huge amount of space that the ring space is. Yeah, there's too many variables for that. For what the way he put it forward was just grossly inaccurate.
Yeah, I think
he could have qualified it, but he was standing there being all like, "I'm the man, I know everything," and he was missing out a lot of information. But they were all like,
to the Martian strategy school for answers.
Yeah.
Whatever,
yeah. Okay. Well, there you go, motherfuckers.
And also, like how he, he cracks his, how he cracks his little jokes just fucking annoys me.
He's a dick. Yeah, he's kind of lecturer you don't want to fucking have.
Yeah.
He strikes me as a guest lecturer, right? Like, I
don't think so. I think they say that's his job.
That's one of his jobs. Yeah, he worked in a small military role and doing that. That's his two things. He approves transfers or something at some office. That's why he's rubber stamped loads of transfers. Yeah. Anyway, I suspect more will come of all that shit as we go on. But oh shit!
Nah, I think he'll die tripping out of his way out of the lecture theatre.
Right, and we get he's obviously up to something because we immediately get the line that he gives his underling is, find out why he's here. Other than just being a sycophant, or a show off, depending on which viewpoint you have, from what Drew said, no, I can't remember if it's this episode or the next one. I want is okay.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to blur. Yeah.
It's because it took so long for us to get back to this.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's not usually important. It's not like big spoiler.
Yeah, it's not a spoiler, but basically he goes for a drink with the woman. Does that happen this episode?
I think that's next episode.
That's the next episode.
Right, okay. So let's not say that. So but he's arranged that in this episode, hasn't he?
That's what I was talking about when we're talking about Alex striking out.
Yeah. So there's that. Yeah. So there's no point in discussing the details, but the details of that in advance, we know that her and the Admiral are obviously in cahoots, as they say, because he says like, what is he doing here? And she says, find out what he's doing here, and she says, already on it. So they're obviously, in whatever it is they're up to, whether it's the smuggling and selling stuff illegally or not, they're up to something, obviously.
Up to no good.
Up to no good. Right.
So Avistrella gets a bit in this.
Okay, right. Well, okay, I'll come back to that, but then go for it.
Oh no, you could go. What was the thing you were going to say?
No, I was just going to say it was just a little thing anyway. Just before the Avistrella bit, there's just a little bit of foreshadowing where one of the rocks that's still on target goes right past the spotter satellite and just completely ignore it. Just completely doesn't notice it.
First time too, I was so impatient for those rocks to fucking hit.
Yeah. It's like, do what you're meant to do or get blown up or whatever. Because when that first one happens in the previous episode, it's like, something's happening with them. Yay! There's action. Yeah. But, that rolls us back into what happened with Avistrella as well. So the spotter satellite is completely oblivious. Yeah, that's it. That's all. Just a note on that. It's like even close range, relatively close range. Those asteroids or meteors.
I'm hoping they hit. I'm looking forward to them. I don't know, can't remember, but I'm hoping they hit.
I can't remember how many are left now. Is it about a dozen or something?
Like 7 or something?
Oh, I thought it was more. Yeah.
I think it was 9 to start with. One's been taken out, so I think maybe 8.
I can't remember now.
Yeah, I can't remember.
The rock in the previous episode had a number, but I can't remember if this one did. Does it flash up a number, Chris?
Don't remember.
I don't think so. I'll check it a bit now. It just says like something like Thingy Sentinel.
Yeah, the Sentinel satellite or whatever, asteroid spotter or something. That's the only thing that flashes up then. And then the rock just goes...
Yeah, UN Sentinel Satellite Asteroid Spotter.
Yeah. Which fails massively to spot a huge asteroid flying right past it because it's been stealthed. Okay, so we can get to Avasarala now then. So I mean, she's shut out by Gao, which we already kind of had hinted to us from the last episode. And
she's supposed to be doing paperwork on the moon.
Basically, yeah. And the Hassani incident gets completely downplayed. Obviously, Avasarala thinks there's a something sinister about it all. It is. I mean, I didn't really put these dots together until later on myself. So, fair enough, you could see how the politicians could sort of miss a lot of things. But now that we've got here as an audience, we know that, join the dots. We've got that somebody attacked an early warning system. Somebody who's out looking at asteroid activity, or a science ship looking at asteroid activity, unexpected asteroid activity, has been destroyed and disappeared. Everything, it's gone. There's a lot of little dots to join together in this, and obviously there's all the stuff about Marco in Aros. Like he attacks that, also connected to the spotter thing, is he used another ship to attack it and all this sort of stuff. So there's a lot of little things to put together, but basically Avasarala gets shot down by Gao, and she says that's stretching.
I think a big factor in stuff like this, and I think this applies to real world situations.
Well, I think this is very. I think there's a very, very definite. I don't want to say, but they're very definitely sort of paralleling this with things like the pre 9/11 and stuff. I remember this because there was a lot of warnings.
But I think what I was going to say is, I think a big factor is people just don't want extra work. Like if something comes across your desk and it's like, because everybody's getting different pieces of it, it's like, it's probably nothing. You don't want to do the extra work, and perfectly understandable human
to some extent. Yeah. That was the thing I saw on your chat today about Ghosty saying, about not wanting to make any extra effort for a job and everything. And I can understand that. I can understand it, but also it's like, it's the people that have got a bit of pride in their work still that the bosses just fucking laugh at and go, they're doing a good job. And
it's a shame. There could be, even under capitalism, there could be, a more equitable relationship between, and that would be it'd be in their interest if you cared about your work.
Yeah, exactly.
They're creating an environment where you'd have to be a fucking idiot to care about your work.
Yeah, it's just got worse and worse over the decades that I've been an adult. It's like almost any job is like. And I wish I'd been much smarter when I was, obviously when you're 17 or 18 you're not that smart, but I had a job. I worked for a government department, and what happened was you dealt with things that came in the post, so you would get so many pieces of mail, and that would be your job. Your work for that day would be dealing with each inquiry or whatever that came through the post. And I was not doing very well, shall we say. And so this manager guy picks up like a pile of papers and goes, I've counted each one of these, and it works out, you get paid X per document, as if it's like, because everybody gets paid the same on a scale anyway, so everybody knows what everybody's paid. And so you got paid X, blah, 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 per document today. Do you think that's really worth it? And what I really should have said is, I think the fucking lot's worthless. Which is what I thought. Not it's all fucking worthless, but that's it. It really isn't. It's such a fucking... Oh, and this was years ago before I got really cynical.
So Gao doesn't necessarily write it off immediately. She does kick it back to... She does
ask Delgado, was this in an Aris thing? And it's like, it's 50-50, and Avasarala immediately says, it's a bit more than 50-50, and he goes, we're negligibly over that, or something like that. He doesn't want to stick his neck out, obviously. Sorry, wait for Drew to come back, because I want to say something that's probably going to get more chat going.
Yeah,
but so she's like, you're right. She doesn't shut her out completely, That's true, but she is kind of... She keeps putting her back in her box, basically. Keeps putting her in her place. And reminding her that she is just the
Moon Lady.
The Moon Lady, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who else. Who else is there? There's
two people that don't really say anything. Have you got pictures that tell you what they are? Because they look military as well, don't they?
Minister of Colonization is W. Vats, and Deputy Chief of Staff. No, sorry, Chief of Staff.
Right. Okay. Whatever. That's an American thing. I don't really know what that is, to be honest.
I'm always a bit confused because I assumed that the Chief of Staff was just the guy that was like HR for the
but it's not. It's an in the line of succession thing for the president in America, isn't it? That's another thing about it. So many things that people that are in the line of succession in the presidential in the USA president thing are not elected officials. It's quite frightening, really, especially when you think about how easy it is for them to assassinate the presidents.
Well, it's cabinet members, isn't it? Who don't even have to be. They don't have to be
MP. Do we have that as well to some extent? Don't we? We have some members who aren't MPs.
As we recently discovered. As we recently discovered with Lord Cameron, you don't actually have to be an MP to be a cabinet member.
No,
you can be a lord.
Mm-hmm. I don't think even if
which seems a really bad organisation, considering they were supposed to split. It's supposed to be two split houses, But I mean, it's all fucking corruption all the way down, Anyway, but the one thing I was going to say about Delgado, that I was waiting for Drew to come back. I was being very polite, Drew. I was going to say that. Hello, who's that? Sorry, just a young.
Also, on
a young
side
lady
note,
delivering something. I think.
It was levelled at the time that you could arguably say that David Cameron's appointment to, I think it was Foreign Secretary at the time, as Lord Cameron, is that because he's a lord, he cannot answer questions in the House of Commons. Gives him kind of an out. He doesn't have to explain himself.
Yeah, I heard that at the time. Yeah, that's disgusting.
As I say, corruption all the way down.
Yeah,
but the Delgado relationship has got echoes of the relationship with Souther, I thought. Remember Souther?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, but a more sort of gung ho version. Like Souther was very sort of careful.
Yeah, he was too careful, probably.
He's a bit more of a cowboy.
It was probably his undoing, being too careful. So she says thanks very much to Delgado for not taking her side, but he does. He does kind of. He's more. He's as diplomatic in cabinet as the.
He plays it right. Yeah, he plays it right because if he'd come fully, Because if he comes off and goes, then Gow's just going, well, you're just Abbasadallah's friend. You're going to say all this stuff, But and he also, I think from the chat, that he seems to be more willing to go and check things than Souther was. Yeah,
but Souther just took a long time to come to realization, and then it cost him his life basically.
It's a bit more politically. Sorry, Chris.
All Delgado can say is maybe. As you say,
he couldn't really stick his neck out beyond the 50-50.
I think Souther was one of those didn't trust politicians and therefore didn't understand politics, whereas this dude, he understands the role he's got to play if he wants to get shit done.
Yeah. So he does. I think he does believe more about it, obviously from the chat and stuff. About the Hassani particularly. That's the one thing. That's the big thing. I think I've gone through all my notes. Goodness me. Yeah, we go back and Monica gets saved. Yeah.
I jumped the gun last episode because it's this episode where they refer to the power armor as the Goliath suit, and in last episode I was like, why would you call anything Goliath? But really done that one.
Why have you done that joke?
The dude who lost.
Yeah.
Who's history's greatest loser?
Don't know. It's hard to say.
It's the Neville Chamberlain defense plan, and I know Neville Chamberlain gets an unfair rap.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he Neville Chamberlain's actions probably saved us.
Yeah.
Basically.
You're going to disagree? Well, this is a bit of an American one, but you might, and I know Drew's going to disagree with this, Jimmy Carter.
He's a piece of shit. Why'd you... What?
Yeah. But he was a one-term president, so he's like a loser.
No, he brought in. He's the one. It gets blamed on Reagan, but he was the one who brought in neoliberalism. 100%. Also, he was a racist Southern Democrat. He's not at all what he's portrayed to be. It's like this, okay, just like, folksy, peanut farming, liberal Democrat. He wasn't a liberal at all. He was very, very religiously motivated, which is why he does like the housing stuff and whatever. But he brought in neoliberalism. It was Reagan gets the blame for that. It was Carter, 100%. That is called the Volcker shock.
Didn't Jimmy Carter start USAID?
Which is a CIA money laundering organization. It's like they do some good, but it's.
Well. Peanut, go away. Go and lie down. You have to wait.
But he did put solar panels on the White House that Reagan took down.
He did.
He took them down.
Well, give him that one.
Yeah, Reagan took... Actually, some people are
That's the fucking problem. Especially, I'd say more Republicans than Democrats, is they just go, hey, I'm taking that away because they put it in.
Yeah. Well, actually, some people attribute that action as the beginning of the owning the libs ideology. Whereas, because
it was so pointless.
Yeah,
like even if you don't think whatever, like they're still
it's not going to do any bloody harm. It still works.
But it's also a fundamental problem with a multi-party representative democracy in that if you've got ideologically opposed parties, which you have ideally, we don't have that anymore. But like one party will just undo what the other party does. It's inherently. Never going to go anywhere.
I mean, there's one, you could do something like a PR-based system on a very rotational basis. So, like, you do elections almost constituency by constituency, one by one, painting the fourth bridge. But that makes elections very unsexy then. You don't have big ceremony.
I watched a video recently, I'll link it to you actually, because it's very interesting. It was how Cuba's democracy works. Oh. And I imagine you in particular would fucking love it, I think. I can't remember exactly the details, so I shan't. But I'll link the video.
But yeah, someone posted on Fedi how a very broad synopsis of Chinese democracy, which was kind of
interesting. That's interesting as well. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know. Like it's just like if you had each region with its PRs just bit by bit going around and around and around and around.
But that sounds a bit like representative democracy. And they do not want that. Political classes do not want that.
Well, the thing is, though, even in the interest of capital. No,
it's not capital. I mean, it's part of the problem is capitalism, but it's also that the political class are a political class outside even beyond that. There's a power thing there's just a raw power thing and a sort of power trip thing as well as the money.
Well, that's the thing, because our class system often butts heads with capitalism. But the thing is, because presumably under capitalism, steadiness is a good thing. Like they want steady.
Well, so again, it's the two kinds of capitalism that are at war with each other. The globalists want that.
Yeah.
The speculative. I forget what the name for the other side. They don't. They
disaster capitalists.
Disaster capitalists. Yeah. They want the chaos. Yeah. That's the problem within the right wing or the center right at the moment is these two. Trump representing the what's the term for it? Like the
center right.
Within the capitalist right.
Okay. Call it what you want. I suppose it's labels.
But I do remember a little bit from, I think Chris will like this, from the Cuba thing. So they have regional assemblies to begin with, but for the countrywide parliament, anybody can put themselves forward, and you are not allowed to spend any money whatsoever on campaigning.
Good, yeah.
What everybody's allowed to do is print out I think it's a single piece of A4 with your picture, your name, and the stuff you're going to do, and you put that on a board, and everybody goes and looks at these pieces of A4 paper on the board and then makes a vote on that basis.
But people in this country are too lazy to go and look at a board.
And they actually have school children guarding the ballot boxes. was just a little detail.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're much less corruptible, really.
Like, keep people honest, basically. Yeah.
Because kids, you might try and bribe a kid, but there's, you can't trust them not to go back and say it. You know, it's like when your gran says, "Oh, here's a £5. Don't tell your mum or dad."
Also, the thing
where
is,
did you get a £5? Well, gran gave me it. Or where did you get all those sweets or something? You know, it's like, well, you know.
Yeah, all you got to do is if someone offers a bribe, you just say to the kid, "I'll give you more sweets." Whoever's bribing you will pay more, because like kids are so cheap to bribe, so it'll be fine.
Well, that's.
Do you remember when you were a kid?
We know what kind of government Chris is going to run. It's like the bribe the kids
based economy
system. Yeah.
Bring back child labour,
but only in the political arena.
The kids are running the school now.
not to get to whose line is it anyway? Not whose line is it? What's the panel? Anyway, yeah, I think kids in Parliament would be better off than where we are now.
Oh,
every day is non-school uniform day.
News for you? Is that what you said?
But yeah.
Peanut.
Oh, school trip to the Kellogg's factory. Yes, everyone in the country. School trip to the.
Yes, no masturbating because. You did say the Kellogg's factory, didn't you?
Kellogg's. No, what did I mean? Cadbury's. I meant to say Cadbury's.
Right.
I wonder.
That's
I was like,
meant. It's like an anti-masturbation.
I wasn't hugely into sweets even as a kid, but breakfast cereal, loved it. Yeah, Kellogg's factory. But yeah, anti-masturbation aid, of course.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, they get into your bits and pieces, all those cornflake bits, you know.
Well, he also, Dr. Kellogg, of Kellogg fame, he also invented a chair that makes you shit yourself.
How does that work?
It just shakes you. There's a frequency or something, the way you shake it, and the sphincter just opens and you just shit yourself. It was that Victorian idea about health.
I need to find that frequency and learn to play it over PAs at gigs and stuff. Yeah.
Why don't they do that on toilet? Why they could do that on toilet seats to help people with constipation? Dragons' Den idea.
See, I don't know how well it worked. But also
imagine how well. How does it work then? Well, I fitted your seat up.
He also had devices to be attached to young boys' beds, where at night, if the young boys reached for their penis, it would electrocute them. Like, it was very, very pro shitting and anti masturbation, and I think I'm 180 degrees the opposite.
Was it you that wanted the shit to be teleported out of you?
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure that's healthy for your body, really, because we've kind of evolved the way we are for a reason.
I hate going to the toilet. It's such a chore, and
but it's because you don't have any fibre in your diet.
You get all shit down your legs, and
What?
Might be using it wrong.
Okay, I'll tell you what, Drew. Here's some free health advice.
Yeah.
Psyllium husks. Right.
I don't want no fibre. Fibre makes your shit sloppy. I don't want
No. Psyllium husks is not fibre. Psyllium husks line your intestine to make it easier to push it all through when you want to.
I don't have trouble shitting. To be fair,
okay.
I'm a very quick shitter. I just resent having to do
nothing quicker than a quick shit shitter.
Why can't my body just like a plant does, just turn it into gas and just
Well, we do a bit of that.
Be more efficient. A little bit of that as well. Yeah.
We're a bit more complex than plants. Is the answer to that.
Yeah.
Plants they're quite a complex organism, but they're compared to an animal, they're pretty.
They do have more. What are the things we have in our genes that you have a certain number of? Chromosomes. Yeah. The
number of chromosomes doesn't.
More chromosomes.
Yeah, it's kind of almost inverse to.
It's like potatoes have got 10,000 chromosomes, and we've got, I don't know, however many we've got. It's weird.
I don't know the numbers, but
no two potatoes looks the same, right? Like potatoes. Imagine if we looked different on a par with how potatoes looked.
I wonder that about domestic dogs, right? They've been essentially derived from one species. I know there are various species of wild dogs, but largely from just wolves, right?
Well, not exactly, but yeah, okay, we'll go with that.
Give or take,
a type of
and wolf. Such huge variety. So I'm not a eugenicist, but
you want to do this with people now, don't you?
Could we do that with people and have people with just massive fucking ears? And people with big fucking jowl and tiny legs. Could we do that?
We could.
I saw.
We could, Dr. Mengele.
Yeah. I I saw a thing on.
There's a reason why. Sorry, can I just answer that properly-ish? There's one reason we can't do that, and that's because of our lifespan and how many generations it would take to do things.
It might take longer, but it's still worthwhile.
It would take several lifetimes to start to see any sort of.
Yeah, but we could literally measure, like, if we wanted to enlarge the human race's penis size. It's like, well, we could all have a measure.
I don't know how that works though, because it's hydrodynamic. So I'm not sure if that's a genetic.
It's
thing.
not genetic.
I don't think it is.
It must be a little bit, though. Sure. But anyway, right? Okay.
I was going to say something, but not according to my mother. Let's put it that
way. To solve the life scale thing, we could just force people, as soon as they hit a legal age to reproduce, we force them to breed and then kill them.
And to what age do we do this?
To cycle the generations more quickly.
That won't.
And maybe our first goal in this program is to why would
you have to kill them?
Shit.
Get all the fantasy races. The most elf-like people, breed them all together. The most dwarf-like people.
There's a problem with it. I'll give you a very good reason why that won't work right away. Is when I was at school, I was described by my English teacher as elven. And now I'm this. So you can't rely on early life.
But you do it lots of times to filter out the.
Yeah, I think with the
to filter out
that could work.
Hamish, I don't actually know this. How tall are you?
About 5'10" something or something. I don't know. 178 centimeters, something like that.
That's disappointingly average. Really.
I know. I'm not very tall. No.
It's like either I was hoping you'd either be a dwarf or a giant, but you're just
I'm very average.
So we're going to keep you in the human stock for this breeding program.
Thanks.
Yeah. I'm about that height. Yeah.
But vote for me. I'll be running for local council.
I reckon Drew's taller than I think.
No, I'm 6'10", 6'11", somewhere. Sorry, no, wait, 5. I meant 5. That wasn't a joke. I meant 5. 5'10", 5'11".
All right, and what about you, Chris?
I'm exactly 5'9", which is exactly the average.
Is it?
So but I can.
So everything about you is exactly average, apart from your hair. Oh, and your nose, I would say.
And your amazing personality.
You've quite a lot going on in the nose department, like me, Christopher, haven't you? Yeah.
I've got size 10 feet. What does that mean?
Same size as me.
11.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know what they say about men with big feet? Big shoes.
They're wrong.
So, just as a side question, is 11 a shoe size that's difficult to get shoes? Do you own a pair of shoes?
Yes.
He always wears shoes. He wears shoes all the time.
Yeah.
He's a weirdo. He's like he never gives his feet.
How many pairs of shoes do you have? And
going on this though, Chris, I own one pair of shoes.
You own one pair of shoes?
Two pairs now. 2 pairs because I bought those dress ones.
What do you wear inside the house?
Me or Drew?
Yeah.
Me.
Well, yeah,
socks, just generally.
Just socks. Okay.
I do as well. Do you count slippers or sandals or whatever?
Yeah. I'm including slippers, sandals.
3 pairs then.
Okay.
And that's only because I bought a pair of dress shoes recently.
All right. I've got
one pair. I do have some boots that I don't wear, but one pair of shoes. This is they. They're not very.
I can't really see them.
I buy a pair of these exact boots every time the other ones wear it.
Oh, so you are wearing shoes indoors?
I just put them on to take the dog out.
I'm getting into these.
Didn't you see me doing weird manoeuvres a minute ago?
They're nice, Chris. They're nice.
These. I'm getting into these. This is actually the Peacock's Chelsea boots.
Yeah.
And I've recently taken one, and they slide on and off so easy.
I do fucking hate laces.
Oh well, yeah. This
laces
whole world.
Yeah.
I don't mind laces for certain things, but you're right. Like I'm really enjoying slip-on trainers. I've got a pair of that. I've got.
But you're more stylish than either of us. So. Really?
Yeah. To be honest, it's more down to comfort than style. Like I don't want to wear.
Yeah, but you also you knew what name your shoes were. I couldn't even tell you without looking at mine what they are.
It's only because I like slip-on boots. I've got
boots. I've got Carrymore.
Two pairs of wellies.
I can't wear wellies. I can't wear wellies. My thighs my shins are too big.
You can wear short wellies that only come up to your ankle and things like that.
Well, they're not wellies then, are they? What's the point?
Okay, rain boots.
The Duke of Wellington would not approve.
But no, I've actually got 3 pairs, but that one of them is.
Why would you have
storage.
multiple Wellingtons? So I'm not allowing wellies, by the way. That's also infantilized.
Some of your sippy cup. That
Well, a little bit of it is just vanity, but one of them is the white pair of Crocs that you've seen on some photographs. So those are Croc Wellingtons, but they're not even called wellies or Wellingtons, but they basically are.
Yeah.
And then I've got a pair of like shorter Wellingtons, so they're like normal wellies,
like you see kids wearing those ones.
Yeah, like kids
half
kids
shin sort of.
Yeah, and because they're quite easy to drive in, so you can go out for a sloppy walk. And you can drive in wellies, normal wellies, but and I've got a pair of just like normal green Dunlop wellies.
See, when I drove, I did like driving with no shoes on.
I've never driven without any shoes on.
That feels quite nice.
I've got loads of. I've got like.
Wouldn't take my socks off.
Oh, do you know? I've got like 3 pairs of trainers.
I mean, you do go outdoors.
Yeah, but why would you need? You know, I can understand you needing or wanting a pair of wellies, a pair of boots, a pair of trainers, you know, that kind of thing. But why do you need more than one of each?
So they're like in reserve because I get them when they're on sale. So
fair enough. Yeah. If I saw these on sale, I suppose I might buy a pair early.
Buy a pair.
But they would just be sitting there waiting for these ones to wear out.
And I've got two pairs of plimsolls because they wear out pretty quick as well, and they're cheap.
Plimsolls, right? Okay.
Love that.
They're nice plimsolls.
It's a very British way of putting it. Well, it's a very English way of putting it.
I can show you one. I can't find.
Sorry,
these are my.
Yeah, I see those kind of things in shops. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're quite cheap, quite nice, quite comfortable. Oh,
yeah,
got these. These are
moccasin style.
Moccasin style, yeah. These slip them on. You can wear them without socks, but I don't really like wearing them without socks.
No, good.
Also, this is one pair of trainer I got, but then I got them in Lidl. So you got to get them when you can in
Lidl.
Oh
yeah.
Well, you're Lidl's poster boy,
brand ambassador. Yeah,
brand ambassador.
That's
an Americanism, isn't it?
I brought them because I want to find out how long they're going to last. They're comfortable. They're like as comfortable as Skechers, but I want to know how long they last. That's like I'm
hard on shoes though, so I'll buy like 2 or 3 pairs of these boots every year, but then it's the only thing I wear. So
yeah. And also these sandals, I got these last year from Lidl. They're the most comfortable pair of sandals I've ever owned.
A charity shop. I've never seen sandals in the wild.
I don't get shoes from charity shops because usually there's a reason they're in a charity shop, and it's because they're uncomfortable.
Okay. Well, I was just going to say most of my mum's shoes just got chucked out, but she had literally bought some new shoes before she passed, and like they had been delivered while she was in the hospital and stuff. And I think they're going to charity because they're,
Crocs are pretty good.
They're okay.
Quite like that.
What's that you're fiddling with, Drew?
Sorry,
putting your shoe back on.
Dusting my desk.
Oh, I see.
Just as I was giving my shoe tour. So that's a Croc.
I like Crocs. I like respect Crocs. Yeah.
Well, what I've got when I say I've got slippers, stroke sandals, whatever, it's these. I use them as slippers, but they're very worn now. So when I go in the damp grass, they're just all one moulded thing. They're cheap as fuck.
The clogs is the non-brand term for it.
Is it right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to get a new pair.
Yeah. I did have a pair of Lidl's Crocs clogs, but they were like quite a hard plastic, so they're quite hard wearing on the feet. So you couldn't really walk that far in them, and also they didn't have enough ventilation holes. So I donated them to a charity shop.
Oh my god, look at my moves.
God bless him. So that's shoe hour.
There you go. It's been quite a long time. Anyway, that was episode 2 of series 5 of The Expanse. Plus other stuff. Yeah, so alright, Peanut. Got your toy?
I got a point to Chris trying to lip sync that. I respect that.
I don't know if the delay made that work in any way.
No, it was great. Worked for me.
Worked for well, as long as it works for you.